Got another part to show you today. Oh, look at there. This might give you an idea right away, 5 seconds into the video, what it is. Diode dynamics. You may or may not be familiar with this, but this is the always on module that's required to keep your fog lights on even when your headlights are not. Definitely not an essential part or an essential addition, but some people like the look of the car better with the fog lights on and want to run with the fog lights on more often than not. So this very simple, very basic wiring harness allows that to happen. It is really lightweight. It's also very basic with just a couple of different connectors that adapt to your existing wiring harness. So you could technically probably make this up yourself and not have to spend all the money because again, it's very basic. I mean, if you could feel this, there's just nothing to it. There's a few wires and some plastic, and that's it. So it comes with some basic instructions. It's a very easy installation. You just got to take the air intake box off of the passenger side and access inside of the passenger side wheel well to get at the fog light connectors. So pretty simple. We'll run through it today and see it. There's been some mixed reviews. Some people have said that it's blown a fuse. It's not worked properly. It caused the other side lights to turn off. So I guess we'll test it out, see what happens. Well, this is very annoying. The hood shocks just decided they no longer wanted to work and hold the weight of the hood, so I guess we'll be replacing those for now. Women's tennis racket. So obviously we restart by removing each one of these clips, pull this air cowl or air intake dam, whatever you want to call it, off, and then we pull this box off the intake. $10mm bolt here, and then under this flap here. Pop the box off. Flathead screwdriver to loosen up the hose clamp so we can pull that box off. Just set the filter in the box aside. Got this moved over. Didn't disconnect any wiring or anything, but now we have access to below. Obviously our headlight wires and things are all right down in this area. So just for reference, this is the one you're going to be unplugging right there where the light is. And that will plug into the wire harness that we received. And then the other end of that same wire harness will plug into it. So you're essentially getting power, moving it there, and then you're running that power down to, if you can see the other plug, way down in there. Right there. So we'll be working with this end of the wiring harness that we received when we unplug the headlight wires. It's a little bit of a challenge actually. I actually took the whole thing off of its little connector. There's a little clip under here that you can separate the whole thing from, and that allows you to get to the underside, and you really got to push hard on that little tab right there to get them separated. There we go. And you'll take the actual headlight harness from the car, plug this back into it right there, and then we'll feed the rest of this all the way down to the fog light. There, if you can see, plugged in here, put back on its clip, plugged in here to the actual car's wiring harness, and then we'll feed this down all the way down. Now we're gonna remove this plastic clip here. Hopefully that allows us to pull this fender liner away enough to access the wires. Maybe. It does, so that's the one we're going after there, right there. And our wires are, they're down there. They're just dangling back there a little. I'll grab them. All right, there we go. So they were just inside. So we're gonna unplug that one and connect them to these two. So this is the one from the fog light housing, and you just have to pull this little clip back. So this one's a little easier, just pull it down and pull it right off, easy. So that obviously connects to the female end of this one. And then this one will go back into the actual fog light housing. And that's it. There you go. Simple as that. Slightly different clip, but it fits all the same. You can see it grabs right there on both sides. So it only fit one way. So pretty easy installation. As long as it works, it was very simple. There's a lot of extra wire length to the new harness, so I just found a good spot to tape it to some existing wires just to keep it from rattling around and dangling too much. So easy access, just a little strip of tape, and that'll do the trick. Fender liner buttoned up. So before buttoning all this back up, I figured it's a good idea to test them out, make sure they actually work. So again, the idea of this dynamic diodes always on module is that you're able to run with your fog lights in DRL mode or driving light mode essentially. So you don't have to have your headlights on to have your fog lights on, which is not the case with the factory setup, which is kind of weird, but it should be a cool little addition. I'm gonna turn this on and we'll see what happens. All right, we're getting her buttoned up. It's a good idea to wipe things down always when you're in here, air boxes and whatnot. I realized that testing this out in the garage wasn't a good idea. It's too dark in here, so the car automatically turns its headlights on. So we're gonna back it out in the sunlight, then test it. Okay. All right, I have a better understanding or a better idea of what these always on modules do. They literally keep your running lights and your fog lights on all the time. They're always on. So you can see the fog lights and the DRLs. Check this out. Headlights off, fog lights off. DRLs, fog lights still on. Now we'll turn the headlights just on. Headlights, no fog lights, right? Fog lights on. Fog lights on. So now we'll check in auto. Headlights in auto, fog lights off, see what happens. So if your headlights are in auto, so I think these are still the DRLs because it's light outside, obviously. Your fog lights are still on, even though you have them turned off. So if you want to keep your running lights on and your fog lights on all the time, this is a good little addition for you. It almost seems a little bit pointless for me right now, honestly. I mean, if you want them, link in the description below, like 35 bucks or something like that. It's not a terrible expensive thing, and it's super easy to do. You can do it in 30 minutes or less. I mean, it's cool. It's cool, I guess. I always have my fog lights turned on, so they'll turn on when the headlights turn on anyway. But I guess now you just know that they're running with your DRLs, which is cool. no evidence of any issues so far. Like I said, some people were mentioning blowing a fuse or something, having issues, or one side of the light's not working correctly. I feel like if you just make sure you snap the connectors in properly, there shouldn't be any issues. I guess if something was shorting out, it could blow a fuse, but it shouldn't. So easy installation, looks cool in the daytime. Go ahead and check out the link below if you want them. I did this for content purposes. It's not something I probably would have pursued otherwise, honestly. Truck. But one of the main purposes of this channel is to try things out and test them out, install them, to let you guys know or give you guys an idea of whether or not you like something or whether or not you're going to be able to accomplish the installation on your own before you invest your hard-earned money in some of these parts. So I think we accomplished that today. You should have a better idea of what these dynamic diodes always-on modules do and whether or not you think you'll like them or not. Again, really easy installation, less than 30 minutes. No issues that I can see or imagine at this point. So go ahead and check them out. Link in the description below, like I said. If you want them, go for it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to help you out as best I possibly can. Good things coming for the channel. We have the review of the Z1 Motorsports subframe bushing collars coming up. If I don't post that before this video, make sure you stay tuned and check that one out. I had a good opportunity to drive this car last couple of weeks, get a good feel for how it changed the overall personality of this vehicle in terms of handling, overall ride quality, grip, etc., etc. So looking forward to putting that review up. Again, thank you guys for watching. As always, appreciate the continued support. We'll see you in the next one.